How you doing, buddy?
I'm great, Gino. Thanks for coming over to Pumpkin Pond Farm.
Right off of Hummock Pond. Is that the best way to get here?
That's it, right? Turn right at all the mailboxes just after the sharp turn.
That's a beautiful spot you have. It's just kind of like, I drove down here and it was like the dirt road, you know, like old classic Nantucket, right?
It is great Nantucket. I purchased the farm in 2003, and it had been a farm in a family for over 100 years. It was always to use for a nursery and a farm, and it's the only certified organic farm on Nantucket, 100%.
Cool. Can we go take a look?
Absolutely. Let's take a look.
But Marty, you've been a landscaper for as long as I've known you, right?
I have. I started Sconset Gardener back in 1974, 42 years ago.
Oh my.
And having a nursery to take care of all of the plant needs for everyone that I help is really important to me.
I see. So why did you get involved in horticulture and gardening in the first place?
I was really lucky. My grandfather had a small 10-acre farm also, and he took some time to mentor me as a child. And then he died when I was about 15. I came up to Nantucket summers since 1966. And I spent a lot of time working with Earl Coffin in Sconset, and started working with him, worked for almost 4.5 years before starting my own business.
Oh, I see. So you learned from him.
Yes, I was really lucky to work with him. Great family and wonderful man.
Now what do we have? Is this all vegetables here?
Yep, these are all vegetables, and the farm is organized in a very simple fashion. This section is all flowering vegetables, so that's why you see the broccolis and the broccoli raabs. And then down the center over here we have the floral department. Then this section over here is all fruits, all fruiting tomatoes. This little baby, it's called Cherry Isis.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
See it.
It's just the sweetest little piece of sugar.
Tiny.
Yeah, it's really tiny. It's just like eating a ball of sugar.
Yeah, nice.
So great. Here at the farm, we have a CSA program where we have community supported agriculture, and you can sign up and buy a bag of fresh picked vegetables, the best of the day, all organic, and it's delivered or picked for the morning when you come in. These ideas are ones.
I know that idea.
It's a
kind of
great.
like what they do in California, where they actually box it up and send it to you sometimes.
Right.
Here you just pick it up.
Here we pick it in the morning. They drive by and grab it. It's just great.
But you don't always know what you're going to get, right?
No, you don't. But
that's good.
We have the big food groups.
Sure.
Right. We've got the leaf vegetables. We've got the root vegetables. We've got the fruiting vegetables and the flowering vegetables. And these groups make up all the best things that everybody wants on their table. Look at these zucchinis. These are wonderful collections. Some of the plants we've saved for seeds ourselves, and others we've developed. But look at this. This is a striped Romano zucchini, and look at that. Absolutely perfect. Slice that in half, put some olive oil on it, salt and pepper, and fresh rosemary. Set it on top of the grill, over once, over back, 4 minutes, absolutely perfect. It's really delicious. Stuff the flour with either mixed vegetables, or some people like putting an Italian sausage in together with peppers and pimento, capers for that Mediterranean touch. Really, really nice deal. Well, we spend a lot of time trying to figure out how to maximize the square footage of the farm. It's a very small farm. So over here, though, there are 3,000 heads of garlic growing. 5 different varieties, and everything that we plant is planted with a companion plant. And coming up in these rows in between here are the brown cherry tomatoes. The sugar, the sweetness, and the balance of acid is really, really perfect. So Gino, these are garlic scapes, and I chop these up, saute them, put them in with butter and parsley, fresh pasta, and I make a little tiny dollop of tagliatelle with this. It's really fantastic. You know, in a couple of weeks, on August 5th, we're going to have our tomato festival here at Pumpkin Pond Farm. We hope that people will come out and check us out. It's really great. There's almost 57 varieties of heirloom tomatoes growing here.
When you said it's a festival, what does that mean?
Well, on Thursday night, the 5th of August, we stay open late and people come over. Hopefully it's a beautiful night like tonight and enjoy the sunset.
Oh, man.
And we sit outside and we enjoy all the healthy vegetables that are here, but we focus on tomatoes. And we have a sheet and we have all the samples out and everybody cuts them open for you and we give them away. It's really great.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. This is the carrot patch. There's 5 kinds of carrots, mostly 5 kinds of different colored carrots. One of my favorite though is the red rocket. So these different carrots are growing in sequence. They're planted on root days. The farm is equally practicing biodynamic practices. And
what's that, Marty?
These yellow
biodynamic, what does that mean?
Biodynamic practices is when you have a you're planting by the moon and solar system. And so what happens is there are root days, flower days, there are fruiting days, and we honor that part of our calendar while growing. It's a really nice way to organize. Here, you've got to try some of these organic strawberries. I mean, Gino, these are fantastic. We take this netting here just to keep the birds back, but look at these guys.
Nice.
I mean, the funny thing about these strawberries is they don't have to turn bright red to be absolutely delicious.
They do not.
Take a bite of that.
You are so right.
Isn't that great? That's all the flavor in it. You don't have to wait for all this.
You don't need the red.
Right, you don't need the prime. Yeah. And we plant borage with it. The borage flowers bring in the pollinators, and the more bees, the more strawberries you get. So this is a contemporary interpretation of a 15th century herb garden. The monks in those days used to grow all the herbs and vegetables and sell them to the town. Here we have this first line is all rows of different varieties of mints. This is mint julep, just in case the derby runs again. And then chocolate mint, apple mint, spearmint, peppermint. It's really kind of fun to put all this together.
All right, what is this here?
This is great plant. This is lemongrass. It is so nice. Now most people just use the heavy stem in their cooking. I take this grass and I wrap cod or halibut, your whitefish, in it. It gives it that fabulous lemon flavor. So I take a piece of foil, put the lemongrass in it flat, put the fish inside, wrap the lemongrass around it, put on top of it a piece of Osaka mustard leaf. It's a beautiful red leaf. Then salt and pepper, cover it with foil.
Can you get the leaf here, that Osaka leaf?
Put it in the oven. 20 minutes, it's poached to perfection. You take it out, you take the leaves off, but the lemon scent is left behind, and the Osaka adds that touch of mustard. Absolutely great way to do your fish. And it works really well with bluefish, Gino, because it sucks up the oils out of the fish and leaves it poached and bright. Gino, come on in and see the Tropic House at the farm. I keep this greenhouse going year-round. And
what did you call it?
The Tropic House. It's got plants from all over the world. And look at this, you know, this whole south side covered with succulents. The decks are getting a little empty because we've been lucky enough to sell a few things this year. This is great plant, only blooms on full moons. This is a rabbit foot fern. Look at the little rabbit feet right there.
Really?
Isn't that cool?
What?
This is really old. I've had it for years. It's kind of fun.
Oh, okay.
Kind of fun.
Yeah.
And this one here, look at this. This is Queen of the Night, and these only open at night. So these will open up in the dark, and they have the most incredible fragrance. They're really, really fun.
Do you know which country they're from or which region?
That's from Brazil, but I'm not sure exactly what region.
Now, what are these?
This is a really great begonia called escargot. Look how the leaves look like snails. Isn't that neat?
Yeah.
This area is called the flower box. It's really kind of fun. So here in the flower box we have all of our annuals ready to go for the gardens for the summer, of many perennials that have been grown from seed and collected from plants that have been successful here on Nantucket. These make wonderful planters that are successful every day in your yard. We grow these sweet peas, and the seeds are shipped in from Europe and from London, and all these wonderful varieties. These were the original nosegays. Nosegay was a plant, it was a bouquet that a young lady would carry with her because of the smells of old London. And with the Brit accent,
No.
it may be smelling
again. Can you give
again.
it to us a little bit? A bit of a British accent?
Yeah, this is perfect for a floral holiday. Well, this is our planter area. And I really enjoy taking time and collecting different types of planters that you won't find everywhere, and then beginning to develop them and hoping that they find the right home. A lot of these will take the winter winds in Nantucket, and some you bring in no matter what. I like this one right here because I thought you could use it both for a plant. It's set up for an herb planter, but I thought you could also use it for you know, full of champagne or wine bottles when you're done with it. These are kind of fun, right? Look at this unusual color. Yeah, they're really nice. Check this out, Gino. This is an artist that I met down in Florida, and he made all these cabbage leaves, really organic shapes. So this is the Appian Way. This is the center is filled with thyme. The right side's filled with lavenders and the oak boxes.
Why is it called the Appian Way?
Well, I was in Rome once and standing on the Appian Way, and I just loved it. Now this stone, though, is made out of the old Nantucket stone that they used to make the big silver blocks on Main Street with. This Goshen stone is exactly what you want. So this is a Nantucket version of an early road.
Use this stone often in?
I use it for all the replication jobs in town.
You do?
Yeah, and the great homes all had Goshen stone. Now, this is kind of a fun project for me. I've been growing heirloom tomatoes from the top to the bottom. Do you know I've had tomatoes, fresh tomatoes, since April in this greenhouse. I just keep it going. Again, we're doing companion planting with the basil. And look at how nice these are. Look at that baby. That is a great heirloom monster. Look at this, Gino. The garlics are just about ready. They're absolutely perfect. I love them at this stage. They're so sweet and delicious. As it ages, as it dries, the flavor intensifies. And then the different varieties have different flavors. Some a little sweeter, some a little peppier. Yeah, this is great. This is greenhouse number 3, and it's really fun.
Hey, this is beautiful in here.
Yeah, I have a chandelier in greenhouse number 3. This is where we have our events, you know.
You can do events here.
You can do events here. We do private parties, small events, really sort of intimate spaces, and it's a really unique space. We made these panels so that people can display sort of gallery-esque items about themselves. We have it set up for enjoyment.
Yeah, right,
And I mean, look at this space. It's not just a greenhouse, it's a home. You know, and Holly and I really enjoy our family life and our plants.
Man, look at this little setup. Cool.
We've got this really cool little lounge area where we sit down here and we have our meetings, and we really get to explore things. Holly has a wonderful eye for collecting pieces and is organizing her new
Yeah. She's got a new little...
She's organizing her new Rabbit Run shop.
Oh, I see.
And it's featuring home and garden elements that are just perfect.
They work well with what you're doing.
They work
Right.
really well with what you're doing. Yeah.
Nice plants and
Really important thing.
Yeah.
I like things that are well chosen.
Yep.
I like things that are real. Here at Pumpkin Pond Farm, we're open for from 8 o'clock in the morning until 5 in the afternoon, Monday through Friday. And on Saturday, we tend to stay open a little bit later. But on Sunday, 10 to 2.
okay, good to know, Marty.
Come in after church.
Well, thanks for showing me around. And I want to get one of my boxes. I want to get one of those.
Every week, there's something special in there. And, you know, when you get the freshest of the fresh, it's so good.